people of God. Daniel, stop that. Stop that. I want to give my little 2 cents on this thing with Don Lemon being fired from CNN. I heard Brother Boyce talking about it. And I want to say this right here. I'm not surprised, just as well as I wasn't surprised when with the Kumo guy, his show got canceled, or he had his run-ins, and when his brother had his run-ins. You see, I'm not surprised because I remember when Trump was running, or when he was in the presidency. I remember these people, Don Lemon, Kumo, and there was another guy. But I remember these people consistently, consecutively, constantly would be talking about, putting negative information out there, bringing people on the show to constantly laugh, mock, criticize. I remember when Omarosa got fired, I specifically saw with my own 2 eyes and I heard with my own 2 ears how Don Lemon sat up on national television and he laughed at Omarosa. He and another young lady, they sat and they laughed when Omarosa got fired, and it was a lot of disinformation being put out, and just kind of like, what I'm saying, none of us is perfect, but I remember when I sit and I watch these guys, it's like they constantly just went after people so hard, and then when they brought people on the show that had a different opinion or didn't agree, they used to cut them off, didn't really let them finish and stuff like that. So it's like they were trying to push their own little agenda. I don't know them personally. I ain't got nothing against nobody, but what I do know, that whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. And the fact that he got fired and other people got in trouble, I remember that whole little clique, and I sat and watched them one by one, their persecution come back on them. So it's not surprising to me, and it's not shocking. It's just me seeing that sometimes, no matter what position people may hold, if people embarrass you publicly, they'll be embarrassed publicly. And I remember specifically how they laughed at Omarosa when she got fired by Trump because of the advisor that Trump had in his ear at the time. And that thing hurt Omarosa because she went against the grain. She went against people that looked like her, and I never, I'm not a fan of nobody. I'm just speaking what I know, what I saw. And, Omarosa took a lot of hits from her people, that looked like her, because she was supporting Trump, but she was standing up for what was right, and to be fired like that, that thing hurt her, it disappointed her. And I don't think Trump should have had, allowed people to come between those type of connections. When you got strong black women who are putting themselves on the line, who are willing to argue for you and support you, you got to do right by them. Candace Owens also supported Trump, and he let somebody get in his ear about Candace and said something that kind of hurt Candace's feelings, and she's still in his corner. When you got black women of influence who are boldly, who will speak out, who are very articulate, and they will support you. You got to protect them. You can't let people get in your ear and destroy them type of relationships, especially when people go against the grain and support you. So sometimes it's okay to apologize to people. But when it comes to Don Lemon being fired from CNN, I don't know what he was fired for. I just heard Brother Boyce speaking. I wasn't even trying to listen to find out why he fired. It's not surprising to me. I seen all them people that sat up there and laughed at, mocked, criticized people back to back. It was so much, constantly. Every news breaking news, and they found amusement out of these things. And I saw those people, they suffered their own persecution one by one, and so now he's suffering his. So now Omarosa can turn around and laugh at him, but I don't think she probably have the heart to do that, you know. But they laugh. I mean, he was on air and he found it so funny when she got fired. He found it so funny when she got fired. And so now he's fired. You see? Whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. But anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. Take it or leave it. Everybody got an opinion, right? But those are my observations. Y'all continue to have a blessed day.